Hello and welcome to the Keep It Local Maine podcast, where we interview local Maine business owners and residents to learn more about what they do, what inspires them, and how they use experience to steer them into the future. My name is Todd Regalinsky.
And I am Kimberly Regalinsky.
And we are the publishers of Keep It Local Maine, a local magazine that helps to showcase local businesses to the people in and around their communities. Thank you for tuning in to our weekly podcast that you can subscribe to on Podbean, iTunes, and Spotify. You can learn more about us at keepitlocalmaine.com and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram through the links in the show notes.
In this episode, we're going to be talking with Preston, one of the owners of NXGen Fitness in Scarborough, and Andrew, who is the general manager at NXGen Fitness.
Yep, and they are a fitness studio that understands that everyone is unique, that every body is different, and we all have our own idea of what in shape should look like. Their goal is to become your happy place where you can work off the stress of the day, sweat a bit, and feel good about all that you're accomplishing.
Thank you for joining us, Preston and Andrew. We're so glad that you're here with us on the show today. We appreciate you popping in.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
So, one of the things we wanted to know is, how did NXGen get started, Preston?
So it's kind of a funny story. Me and my dad were actually looking at building a gym in one of our developments. And during that time, our attorney called us up and he said, "Hey, I got a place that is going up for auction and I'm handling it. Would you guys be interested?" So we kind of looked at it and thought we would have interest. So we put a bid in and we ended up with it kind of unexpectedly, but it's been good.
That's awesome. So it's a family affair then. So your dad is involved in it as well?
Yes, he is. Yep. We're 50-50 owners on it.
Nice.
Yep.
So how is it? I have to ask because I work with my husband on a daily basis. How is it working with family? It's
good. It definitely has its days. I've worked with my dad since I was really young. I grew up doing construction, working for him. So I grew up accustomed to it. So it's not too bad. I spend more time at the gym than he does. He kind of pops in here and there and sees how things are going. So we're not, here together all day, every day. I don't know if we'd be able to do that or not. But it's good. We have a good working relationship.
That's great. That's great.
That sounds an awful lot like the answer that I would be giving.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's all good.
I pop in every now and then.
Yeah. And yes, that is a recipe for success, I think.
Yes.
So Andrew, how would you say that NXGen is different from other fitness centers?
I would say, we have all walks of life that come in here, all different age groups. We have, strength and conditioning programs from kids, as low as ages 12 years old, and we have people in their 80s, 90-year-olds that are coming in here, and we kind of touch on a bunch of different aspects of the fitness world. Your regular average Joe that's just coming in a couple days during the week just to kind of get a sweat in, or walking on the treadmill, watching TV rather than on the couch. People that are real serious about, bodybuilding or powerlifting, or, classes and cycling, personal training, and, our outdoor turf side areas, second to none. There's no other gym in the area, or even, I think even in the state, that has a facility like that outside. Which definitely helps during the summer months. But, our offerings that we have for classes and the equipment, the cleanliness, we really pride ourselves on cleanliness, especially in the world that we live in now with the whole COVID situation. We definitely strive to be the best that we can be in customer service and just our overall, gym experience for the customer.
Yeah,
Awesome.
That outdoor turf that you guys have, that's really unique. And it's pretty large, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 5,000 square feet, right?
Yeah, around 4,000 or 5,000 square feet. Yeah, we did it. We built that last summer. Not even thinking, obviously, we'd be dealing with a situation like this, but it worked out really well for us this summer when we were closed down. Towards the end, we were able to do just outdoor stuff. So that was a huge bonus for us.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you guys do outside on the outdoor turf?
One of the things we do that he talked about is the strength and conditioning for the young athletes. So he runs a lot of his speed classes out there, speed and agility. We run boot camps out there. It's also open just for anybody that's working out to go out there and use as well. We sometimes use it for outdoor cycling. We'll bring the bikes outside. We added a sunset yoga class on Wednesday nights that we do out there as well. Yeah, that's really nice. So we try to utilize it as much as possible.
That's got to be really cool, like a sunset yoga class.
Yeah, it's really pretty. The view out there kind of overlooks the marsh or the river, so it's a really pretty view.
That's much better for me than a sunrise yoga class.
Yeah,
There's a much better chance that I would actually make it to that.
yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Definitely, definitely.
Do you have any sort of tricks or tips for yourself as a business owner or a business manager, for either of you, that help you kind of balance all of that? Because you do have such a wide range of ages and types of people coming in there. Is there anything that you kind of use on your own to balance the needs of all those different people and kind of keep everything in harmony?
It's definitely tough just because it is hard to, cater to everybody and keep everyone happy. And we do our best to kind of make it as much as a open umbrella, I guess, to everyone and their needs, and help everyone kind of, coexist. And just kind of, I guess in the beginning when we first took over, it was kind of trial and error and trying to, kind of getting our feet wet and seeing what worked and what didn't. And definitely a lot of feedback from the customers. But I think what we were able to take over was a large facility that had a good following and group of loyal members to begin with. It definitely was seen as more of an older crowd that was in here, and just kind of like that country club kind of feel, I guess, in the beginning. Is kind of like from an outsider looking in, I guess, kind of thought of this type of gym. But since then, we've rebranded, completely changed the name, added some flair. The colors in here when we took over were just very sad. It was it was kind of just a sad feel vibe when you came in here. So we've definitely livened the place up. And we definitely get compliments from people about different areas of the gym that we've definitely done well at, but we definitely hear the bad things too. But yeah, it's definitely hard, I guess, to answer your original question about the balance. But I think we've kind of come to a place now that we kind of know what works for us and what doesn't. And at the end of the day, we would love to have every person that has every type of different needs and wants in a gym, but at the end of the day, it's just not going to happen. So we understand that, but in the overall scheme of things, I think from not being too pushy and too, I guess, focused on one area of the gym is a good thing that we've kind of learned to take care of. We don't want to focus too much on cycling, or focus too much on the group exercise, or focus too much on the strength equipment. We've kind of found a good balance of the whole thing. And a lot of people come here because of that. And we have classes that are included in the membership, and there's just a lot of things that you get a lot of good value out of your membership, instead of kind of like a la carte, I guess you could say,
Right.
where you're paying for specific things. But
So it sounds like you guys offer just a wide variety of things, so that, someone that, might be interested in cycling, it's a great fit, and you're not concentrating on just one area. You're offering, like you said, it's just not a la carte. You guys offer a wide variety of things in the gym that can, hopefully help someone from just a beginner to someone that's, a little further along in their fitness journey to, someone that's into bodybuilding. So it sounds like you guys have learned along the years just what your lanes are and just what works well.
yeah, and we, over the years in this area, I'm sure you've seen, there's been a huge pop-up of little studios, of whether it's yoga or cycling or personal training, and just a bunch of little more kind of niche places that have kind of popped up. And a lot of people like to go to those just because they specifically like doing one thing. So that's been something that we've had to combat a little bit, being as we're your general, fitness facility that offers all those things, kind of all those studios in one. So definitely trying to combat those and, make it valuable to people to come here instead.
That's great. So let me ask you this. We all get up every day and we do what we do because part of what the reason we do what we do is because we find enjoyment in it, and it really inspires us. So, I wanted to ask you, and I'll ask you both this question is, what is it that inspires you about fitness or about being in business for yourself?
So I've always been into working out. I played sports in high school, a little bit after high school. And one thing I liked about the gym in general is just seeing a bunch of different people with different goals coming into the gym every day. When you work out at a fitness center or you own one, like in our case, you tend to see a lot of the same people. And it's kind of inspiring seeing those people 5-6 days a week, really pushing, to hit, whether it's weight loss or gaining muscle or getting ready for a bodybuilding show or just trying to, lose a few pounds. It kind of keeps you motivated to see those same people in here, day in and day out. Kind of motivates you to get up and come to work knowing, those people are here, trying to be the best that they can be. So it kind of makes you want to get there and make the business as best as it can be for them as well. So that's kind of what inspires me, is seeing the members here every day doing their best.
That's great. Yeah, that's fantastic. How about you, Andrew? What would you say? I mean, what is it that kind of lights a fire underneath you as far as, the fitness industry and being involved in the fitness industry?
I think definitely over the years I've taken really grasped onto like the business side of things and kind of the day-to-day operations. And what really drives me is, really seeing my work kind of come into action. I do a lot of the behind the scenes stuff and making sure the systems are working and kind of the logistics of day to day and customer service, and just really making sure that, our staff is giving the customer the best possible customer service experience that they can, and being able to answer as many questions as they can, and just kind of seeing all the different departments of the gym kind of come together, and just kind of making sure that everything's just working in unison. And I just enjoy seeing, kind of like what Preston said about, you see the same people every day. And there's plenty of members in here that I remember their first day when signing up, and I remember I can picture them at the front desk signing that paper, and here they are two years later, and they're a loyal customer, and they've reached a ton of goals, and they love coming here, they love talking to us, and they talk about us to their friends, and so that's definitely rewarding.
That's great. So that's a you get to celebrate in their journey.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
That's fantastic.
Now, I know that y'all mentioned this earlier, and it is something that we all are dealing with anyways, but how have you been handling COVID, and how do you make things safe at the gym, and how do you feel it's changed your business, maybe even in a permanent way?
So one thing we've done a few things since then. We've definitely, like Andrew said, we've always been up to date, like on trying to keep things clean. We usually have a staff member on board full time that they're here just for cleaning. So we've upped that a little bit. We've added sanitization stations in the gym, hand sanitizers. We've gone to touchless units for the paper towels and the soap as much as we can. Try to eliminate contact. When you first come in, you'll see a sign that asks that you wear a mask in the common areas. I mean, you keep a 6-foot distance when you can. So we've definitely implemented stuff like that. Our classes now, where we used to have 30 people in the group X room, we're down to 12. Same with cycling. We've taken out some of the bikes to space them out safely. So we've definitely made some changes in that area. As far as how I see it changing the industry, I think people are definitely going to take note on cleanliness even more than they did when they walk into a gym. I think that's going to put things, be the priority now when people walk in, more so than anything else. We do Zoom classes as well. For anyone that's a member, we include Zoom. So I think that's going to be a new feature that gyms are going to have to start doing for people that maybe don't want to do the Group X stuff in person, but yet they still want to see that same instructor. So I think that's going to be a big part of gyms now as well, is online stuff.
I think there's this unfortunate negative connotation with gyms, and that we're dirty, and we're just this cesspool of germs, and we keep hearing all the time about how the best way to combat not just this virus but diseases and all that, and is exercise, and boosting your immune system and cardiovascular health and strength and all that stuff. And the best way to do that is, go to the gym and work out and strength training and all that. And I think, it's unfortunate a lot of people that have, told us that they're canceling their membership. They've, said that they might not ever step foot in a gym again, or, they're not going to come in until at least there's a vaccine, or, I think there's just a lot swirling around right now, and just trying to get that message out to people that, we're here, we're clean, we're safe, we're here to help. We're not, the last thing we want to do is have all of our members come down with this virus, and, or in our staff, or, we're here for people to continue on with, their healthy lifestyle and, thrive. And, we wouldn't be doing that if it wasn't that way, so.
It sounds like you guys are really trying to be proactive and take those innovative steps in really moving forward. That's so cool, just even with the Zoom classes that you guys are going to be doing too. So it seems like you guys are really trying to be ahead of the ball here.
Yeah. And, we understand that, obviously people have different health histories or are in different situations and stuff like that. And, we still want to be there for them, and offering the Zoom classes is kind of that way of, hey, we know you can't come in, and, what can we do for you? Here is what we have, and we'd like you to join us and continue.
That's great. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and I did notice, like, especially just looking through your website and looking for stuff for ads over the past few months, you were really kind of ahead of the curve on offering Zoom classes. You were doing that somewhat early on.
Yeah, I forget what the exact date was that we started it, but yeah, it was probably, it
was like a month or a month and a half before we actually opened. Like I think it was early May we were able to do the outdoor stuff, and then we did the Zoom stuff at the same time as well. So yeah, it's been going for a few months now.
Yeah, it's such a great idea, and it's one of those things that I can see where that wouldn't have been something you necessarily would have aimed for beforehand, but you guys seemed like you managed to make that switch and do it, somewhat beneficially, which is good.
Yeah. We made sure that, because kind of in the beginning, it seemed like everyone around the world was doing all this Zoom stuff, and we made sure that we wanted to put out a really good product on that as well. Mm-hmm. So we invested in some, high-tech equipment so that we were using the stereo in the cycling room that we already had, and we're patching the music and voice directly into the Zoom instead of having it kind of all come in over a microphone and not sound good and muffled and all that stuff. So we invested in that high-tech equipment so that we could put out a good product to the people on the other end.
That's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now if you can just get like an Instagram filter that'll make me look good in one of those Zoom classes, then we'd be in business.
Yeah. Luckily, you can turn the video off. So.
Oh, now I'm good to go.
Everyone has that option.
Now I don't have any excuses either.
Yeah.
I regret what I just said.
You can just put up a avatar of yourself.
Avatar, yeah. Use your avatar.
Yeah.
Build him with a 6-pack.
Yeah.
No, I can't lie to people like that. So I think Kim has the next question.
So yeah, so let me ask you this. I actually want to ask you both this question, see what your thoughts are. But what do you have for tips to help people who are interested, who are just starting out their fitness journey? What are a couple tips that you would give them if someone's coming in and just starting out?
Yep. So one of the biggest things is obviously having an Instagram. I see some of these things that get posted on Instagram that I think kind of intimidate people, and they see these workout programs and these diets that are just super intense that scares a lot of people away. But, one thing I always tell people that are just starting out is you don't have to, go from nothing to training like a bodybuilder in your first week. I definitely recommend just setting up a schedule that's going to work and you're going to be able to actually keep, even if that's only twice a week, for half an hour. And that's your starting point. Same with diet too. If you've never really been on any type of diet or never watched what you eat, don't try to go from that to being on some super strict diet, because you're probably not going to stick with it. You may for a month and it works, but then next thing you know, you're right back to what you're doing. So I recommend starting off slow and something that you're going to be able to maintain, as far as eating and as far as working out, and then increase from there. So if you're coming twice a week for half an hour, 45 minutes, and you feel like you can do more, add a day, or or go for an hour and 20 minutes those 2 days. So my
Mhm.
recommendation is just that, just starting off slow with something that you can maintain and not trying to jump into it too fast, or say I'm going to work out 7 days a week for 2 hours a day, because you're probably
Mhm.
not going to keep up with that regimen.
Something that's more attainable.
Yeah, and just start there, and as you get more into it, you can increase that. But I think you're better off starting slow and and maintaining that than trying to go too hard at first.
Hmm. How about you, Andrew? What would you say? What would you say are some of your advice to someone just starting out their fitness journey?
I mean, it's up to you. No one's really gonna make you do it. It's really up to you. You just gotta start. The best way to do it is, find a family member, find a friend maybe that's in the same situation, or maybe someone who is experienced in working out, and make it kind of maybe easier for you to kind of get into it. And what better way to do it with someone that you know and can conversate with, and go into the gym, especially if you're feeling intimidated, maybe feeling a little bit more comfortable if you're with somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't think also that I wanted to share this analogy that I saw online because I thought it was good. Sometimes people don't want to lift weights because they, think that they're going to get too bulky, or they don't want to turn into Schwarzenegger. You know what I mean? Some sort of that look. That's basically like saying you don't want to cook dinner tonight because you're afraid you're going to turn into a professional chef. So,
Well, and there goes another one of my excuses.
yeah, there you go. So yeah, I mean, you just got to come in. And one thing for me, I've noticed that I actually have a little home gym set up at home, but sometimes I'm not feeling it. If you just get the gym clothes on and just get out there, start moving and stretching,
Yeah.
eventually you're gonna get into it, and then it's a mindset. You're just gonna kind of get into the groove, and
Yeah.
you'll definitely, first few weeks you'll feel a little sore, and things will feel different, and you feel muscles you've never felt before. But you can't expect things to happen overnight.
Right.
Take some time. But with the right support system, and we here actually have we offer a free consultation with a personal trainer, whether you're a member or not. So you can just sit down with a trainer, talk about really anything. And
That's great.
we have a special 3 for $99 package that we always offer as a good kind of starter package to kind of get some guidance from a certified trainer here, and just kind of get your feet wet and kind of go from
That's
there.
great. So get moving and get a buddy.
Yeah, buddy's always a good thing, because you guys can kind of feed off each other, and
Hmm.
it's good to see each other kind of evolve, and push each other, and see each other's kind of goals come to light.
That's great. And tell us about, you touched upon that there. You guys have a great team there at NextGen also. You have a great core of certified trainers and people that just are passionate about fitness as well. Can you tell us about that team that you have there? Just, what that team looks like?
So we have, how many trainers do we have now? Six?
I think 6 or 7. Yeah, we're up
7
to.
trainers now. We've been hiring a couple people over the last month, but everyone's certified in training. They either have extensive certifications and an education in the field as well. They very rarely do we ever hear any sort of negative thing about someone that's been working with a trainer. It's all positive. We have trainers that work with again, kind of all walks of life that come in, and they enjoy what they do, and they are in it because they want to see their clients succeed, and they want to see them reach their goals. That's why they do it. That's why they love what they do. All of our trainers, different availabilities throughout the day. We got trainers cranking in here from 5 a.m. to 7, 8 o'clock at night. So they're definitely here for whatever that goal is that it may be. If it's you're training for a special race coming up, or just general weight loss, or want to look good for that trip to the Bahamas in the fall, or whatever it may be. They're definitely here and available for whatever you may need.
That's great. And that's really great too, because, well, I like what you said, even just if somebody's just in that beginning stage, you guys offer that free consultation where they can just sit down with a trainer and talk about their goals, but then if they want to take that further, now they've got someone that they can actually work with to help them achieve those goals.
Yeah,
So that's
and
really great that you offer that.
yeah, and a lot of times too, it's not really. Generally, it's around 30 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, but it's not just sitting and talking. A lot of them take the clients out on the floor and they'll do a movement assessment. So you can actually see, some evidence of, where you're kind of lacking as far as movement and stability and kind of strength throughout your body. And it's a good tool to really, kind of see your weaknesses that you really need to work on. And the trainer can kind of pick those out and cater a program just for that, all around good health, good balance, good, mobility and, strength and, getting you to where those goals are that you want to be.
That's great.
And so in our last question, we like to get out of business for just a moment and just find out for both of you, what is your favorite place in Maine?
That's a tough question.
You might have a couple, but if you had to choose, like if you're on a down day or, you know what I mean, you want to just take off for the day, is there a certain place that you like to go that just, there's so many great places in Maine.
Yeah.
But that just kind of, you can let your hair down and just chill and, well, if you're a girl, you can have long hair.
No, my hair's not that long. Yeah, my dad owns a camp up in Poland, right by the Poland Spring Inn, actually. So that's kind of a place that I like to go up there every once in a while, especially the last month or so where it's been so hot. So I'd say that's probably one of my favorite places to go. I don't get up there as much as I want, but it's definitely a nice place. It's right on Middle Rang Pond in Poland.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and I guess I would kind of, not to make it sound so boring, I guess the same answer as Preston, the lake, I guess, would be the best for me. We recently, family, rented a house on Sebago Lake, Big Sebago Lake, a couple weeks ago, and that was a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed going up there. I've had friends that have had camps growing up on the lake, and it's always a good time, especially this past couple weeks ago when my family went up there, seeing my kids and how they're seeing my kids in the water and just having so much fun and being on the boat and just did some tubing and wakeboarding. That was all fun. I forgot how much grip strength you need to stay on one of those things, but I was sore for probably 4 or 5 days afterwards. I felt like I got hit by a bus, but it was fun in the moment.
Well, that's what's important.
Yeah. Sebago Lake is nice. Yeah, I love Sebago Lake.
And my number 2 would be just, I guess, going to all the different restaurants in Portland. I mean, you can't beat it, and just
What's your favorite restaurant in Portland? Do you have a favorite that you can recommend to us? Recommend to our listeners?
Definitely one of the rooms. I would say the grill room and the corner room. Those are definitely top of the list. I actually, what the heck's the name of it? There's this new Italian place that opened up. It used to be Cinque Terre. I can't remember the name of it, but it's some.
That's all right.
It's some really super authentic Italian cuisine place down that my sister told me about, because we went to Italy back in 2015, and she said it's the closest that you can get to it. So.
Oh, really? Yeah, let us know and we can put that in the show notes. Preston, do you have, so being in fitness, obviously, know, every now and then you gotta let loose and, have a good meal. So what would you say? Do you have a local favorite restaurant?
Me and my girlfriend definitely like to go to eat a lot in Portland. I like probably two of my favorite places are the Grill Room. I like to go there. I love their filet. And we also love to go to Scales. Scales is one of our favorite restaurants as well.
That's great. I haven't tried Scales yet. We'll have to try that.
Yeah, Scales is very good.
What's good at Scales? What do you recommend?
Well, being right on the water, they have really good seafood. So typically when I go there, I get one of their seafood dishes. They have really good haddock. They have an appetizer that it's crab cakes that are really good.
Okay, now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I told you to eat lunch before the podcast. Well, thank you, gentlemen, very much for being on the show. We really appreciate you taking time out of your day and talking a little bit about NXGen with us. we will make sure that we have links to your website and social media in the show notes. And I believe folks can sign up for NXGen right online, correct?
They can, yep. Just right on our website, there'll be a link to our self-service, and you can purchase a membership right on there. We actually have a special going through the end of August. That's a $20 intro month, so you get your first month for $20 if you sign up for our EFT membership. So it's a good deal.
That's great.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, once again, thank you very much, and you guys have a great day.
You as
Thank
well.
you.
Thanks
You
for
too.
having us.
Thank you. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you.
See ya.